I look at the AFC West, Trey, and I see all the improvements that were made, and I actually like the Raiders. I like what they've done. I think Josh McDaniels in his second opportunity is going to be a much better version of himself in the same way that his mentor had that opportunity, that Derek Carr and Devontae Adams will potentially vault themselves right into the top 5 quarterback receiver combinations. There's Darren Waller, there's Josh Jacobs, there's Hunter Renfrow, right? There's
Chandler Jones,
third and Renfrow. Exactly. And my guy Mayock left behind some pretty good players too. I know people just think the Chiefs are the Chiefs, and the Chargers also have Justin Herbert. I like the Raiders in that division. That's the way I'm going right now, pre-draft on that front.
It's the only division in football where every team's over/under is 8.5 or better. So I mean, it's clearly on the Caesars Sportsbook. It's clearly the deepest draft. But all this is done. You're right, and the Chargers not only get Khalil Mack, they get J.C. Jackson, who has the most interceptions in the league since 2019. And then Russell Wilson comes to Denver with all those ready-made weapons. This is all because of one person. And that's all to try and stop Patrick Mahomes. They've won 4 straight divisions. They've hosted 4 straight AFC championship games. They're the first team in NFL history to win at least 12 games 4 straight years in a row. And you can throw in the caveat that it took the last game of the regular season and the first 17-game season to do it. That's fine. They've won the division 6 straight times. He's never lost a road division game, although we all know wins and losses are not a quarterback stat. The Chiefs are 13-0 in road AFC West games when he plays. I think his career mark against the division is 21-3. He has the most touchdown passes and the most passing yards in NFL history over a team's first 4 seasons. This is all an arms race in the AFC West to stop the most unstoppable arm in football. I mean, it's amazing how much one guy is influencing everything we've seen happen this offseason.
Well, and he also lost his top wide receiving weapon, though. And I'm,
he did.
And Andy Reid today was on a Zoom because they opened their offseason workout program with everything being virtual, and he was talking about Mecole Hardman, and there's Juju and there's Valdez-Scantling. There's still only one Tyreek Hill, and that was in an offense that was struggling to put up numbers and struggling to be consistent as things were matriculating our way through January. I don't know, man. That's why I'm at where I'm at right now. Obviously, the draft and everything else, the training camp's got to hit, but
I get it, but I mean, you're 100% right. And let's be clear: Tyreek Hill is the Steph Curry of the NFL. He has unlimited range. He can hit from anywhere. So you were losing that, but you mentioned the Devontae Adams trade, right? Tyreek and his people were in a contract talk to extend his deal and create cap space for the Chiefs until the Devontae Adams deal came down. And I think Tyreek's people said, hang on a minute. He got how much? And I think that changed the tenor of that entire negotiation. So then the Chiefs were presented with 3 options, basically. 1, do whatever you can do to keep him and pay him. 2, don't pay him and run the risk of him being a disgruntled player, which is never a good idea. Or 3, which was the bold move. He's at his peak. Why don't we maximize what we can get for him? And, the Raiders gave up a 1 and a 2 to Green Bay for Devontae Adams. The Chiefs got a 1 and a 2, 2/4, and a 6th-round pick, which is a haul. They lost the Go-Joe Gadget guy. There's no question about it. But I like the long-term process thought for Brett Veach and the Chiefs and the way they tried to replace him with several players. And you mentioned Mecole. Remember, in the 2019 draft in Nashville, that was when that audio tape came out about Tyreek and his girlfriend, which was not great. And the whole point of drafting Mecole at that time was they thought they might lose Tyreek to a lot of different things. And it turns out they didn't. And listen, Mecole has been unsteady at best. But to his credit, if your first 2 options are Tyreek and Travis, you're not going to get a lot of looks. And if you remember early in the AFC Championship game, I think after they were up 7-3, it was a bomb to Mecole Hardman of about, 60 yards that flipped the field that put them up 14-3. He's going to get those shots this year because he's not Tyreek fast, but he's pretty damn fast. And I think he's going to be given the opportunity to prove the player they thought he could be when they drafted him in 2019.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.